Like, as an actor, I think that you have to trust the supporting people on the project. And I think that if you get booked for something, you're ready for that because they have booked you.
Welcome to Get Scene Unscripted. I'm your host, Jesse Malinowski. We are going to dive into acting insights, meet industry pros, and master the business. Don't forget to subscribe and share. We're keeping you behind the scenes and ahead of the game. Welcome to Get Scene Unscripted, everyone. This is episode 53, everyone. And I'm excited to bring back the incredible, the wonderful and beautiful, gorgeous, it's my wife, everyone, Candi It's Candi VandiZandi, but Candi Malinowski. I don't know. What are you going by these days?
It depends on where I am, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's true.
But my stage name is still Candi VandiZandi because
It's the best.
it's too hard otherwise.
Candi VandiZandi is the best name ever.
Yeah.
It really is. So you were episode 1, and now you're episode 53.
Yeah. And now we have the camera angle right. So that's great.
David Martin, that was you.
No, it was two boys. You had two boys setting up the cameras. And when we got done with that episode, I was like, what is wrong with my face?
And then I said,
and it wasn't my
it's
face.
your face.
Which I don't know if you have a significant other, but if you do, you should never say that to them because it's not their face. Yeah, so I mean, I'm excited to be back so people don't think I have a double chin.
You know what, though? Talking about the camera angle, this is good for everyone. Because if you're doing self-tapes, some people they're still trying to figure these camera angles out. You have the camera higher and then down, you're going to look better, right?
Yeah, but I feel like every girl everywhere knows that. We've been doing that. We've been doing it forever. It's guys that I'll see and it's like, it looks like a Zoom call. And I'm like, you look thin in your headshots, but your self-tape is giving Santa Claus. So I don't know. Like,
wow,
we
that's
need to...
aggressive.
No, but I mean, it's true. Like it can make you look a lot different. So anyways.
All right. Well, I wanted to bring you back. Well, one, I wanted to bring you back on the show anyway.
Because I'm cool.
Because you're pretty cool and funny.
And funny.
Oh!
Which is most important.
Yes. But I wanted to bring you on because Conway Solomon, shout out to Conway. What did Conway say? He said that we should have our own reality show similar to The Amazing Race. What's your thoughts on this?
A lot of people have said we should have our own reality show.
I don't know why.
Because I'm funny.
Well, why am I on the show then?
Well, because you have to have a funny person and then you have to have somebody that's like supporting the funny person.
So I'm the supportive funny person?
Yeah. But I don't think that we would be very good at The Amazing Race.
We love races.
We are very competitive, but I also think we don't like getting out of our comfort zone, but we don't love being uncomfortable. Like
you mean
like
in a sleeping bag or something?
Yeah, like in a sleeping bag, like on tarantulas. Like I just feel, and you don't like to read directions for anything.
No.
So I just feel like the whole time I would be like, did you read the directions? Did you open the envelope? What did the envelope say?
100%.
Like, I don't think we would win The Amazing Race, if I'm being honest.
I also don't. Well, I don't know. Can I just tell you my strategy? I have a couple things to admit. One, I've never seen The Amazing Race.
Okay,
so
that's a great start.
That's the first thing.
So first of all, you're not winning because you don't know how it's played.
No, but what I would do is I would like take pictures of this directions or whatever. I would just put it into AI and be like, what do I do?
What if you don't have cell phone service?
Oh, you don't have cell phone service?
Sometimes you're in, like, I don't know, the middle of the Netherlands and you don't have cell phone service.
I think the new iPhone, you don't need service. I think it uses satellites.
Do you have a new iPhone, though?
Well, if we're going to be on The Amazing Race, then I'll get one.
Okay, so you take pictures and you put it into AI and then what? But that's wasting time because it's a race. So
Got it.
I would be like, all this time you're wasting putting it into Chad, could you just read it?
Oh my God, I can just tell you right now, everyone, if we were on The Amazing Race, it would be so horribly stressful. I would be constantly telling her to chill out. I'd be like, just relax, enjoy this shit.
It's not about enjoying it, it's about winning it. Which is why, again, I do think we are funny, but I don't think Amazing Race is like the reality TV show for us.
All right, then what is? This is good. What is our reality TV show? We were just having our basement finished. Ahmad Ghaffori, shout out to Ahmad. Ahmad, every weekend he was here, he was like, y'all need your own reality show. So is it like House Hunters, that reality show?
No, it's just like, I don't know. All the reality shows I watch are like really, really trash. So
you're going to put us in a trash reality show?
No, I mean, I just think it's a show about like our lives, like our everyday lives, but maybe thrown in is like some random stuff that we do. I know that doesn't sound interesting, but like that is the format for some of the reality shows.
I don't know if anyone gives a shit.
Like they go to work and then like you see them at home and then like, oh no, it's Christmas time. What are they going to do? I don't know. It's like, it's stuff like that.
They're going to go on Amazon and buy stuff. It's Christmas.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, there's drama over picking the tree or like.
But there's not.
But there could be.
But there's not though. I'm like, let's go pick a tree. And you're like, okay.
Here's the thing. I don't think you resonate with it because you don't watch reality TV.
No.
So you don't really know what's happening.
No.
Okay, so yeah, then you don't understand why when people are like, you guys should have your own reality TV show.
Oh.
What that means.
All right. Well, is it a compliment?
For me, it is.
Okay. For me, it's a question mark.
No, I mean, I think it means that, no, I think it's a compliment because I think if people are like, oh, I want to see more of you just interacting with each other. Because there's a lot of people that I'm like, I would like to see less of you.
Yeah.
Interacting with anyone.
Or is our interactions, like a car wreck? You can't like look away from it.
No, it's not like Jerry Springer.
No, okay, that's good. No. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Conway. Well, she's back. Here we are.
Yeah, everyone's really excited.
Yeah. Well, Candi, it's been a year since you were on the show. I would like to know what's something you've learned about the industry. What's some more industry insights that you've had over the last year?
I would say, so it's been, I don't like to use this phrasing, but I think this will just resonate more with people. So I'm going to use it. It has been slower this year than past years, but it has not bothered me because I've been so busy with other things. And I think that, and like finding joy and other things and, like putting time and energy in other things. And so I think like this year was a good reminder that, you don't have to put like all of your eggs in one basket for your joy, right? Like,
so true. Yeah.
You should have other, like getting an audition should be like fun and exciting. And like, if you are only getting one audition a month, then it should be fun and exciting. And then you can like be excited about it. And then you can still like, once that's done, go about your day and have joy and excitement in other places. So like, even though
what about the actor? What about the actor that's like, well, no, I want it to be like, I want it to be my everything. I want the acting to be my everything. Like, what do you say to them?
I think that's an unrealistic goal.
For acting to be everything?
I don't think your acting should be everything. Just like you can't have a partner that fulfills everything for you.
Yeah, that's really good.
Like you don't want your career to be your everything either.
So true. Yeah, no, that's a good point. And I think, yeah, I like how you put that because it's like you shouldn't, like you think if you're making acting like your everything, like your number one goal or what have you, like that makes you all in and gives you a better shot to make it, quote unquote. But I think like it's actually the opposite. You need to have other things going on. You need to have more balance. You need to just like in a relationship, you know what I mean? If I'm so totally invested in you, as much as you're going to love that, eventually you're going to be like, go like get a hobby, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's really just old programming, like kind of rehashed differently, where we were taught to believe that if you work hard, you get to the finish line. If you work really hard and you're so tired and you're poor and you know what I mean? As long as you're like exhausting yourself, like you will triumph. And I'm not saying that you should completely disregard everything, but that's an outdated model. And like what happens is people don't triumph, they just have to stop because they simply don't have money to get to the audition or to update their headshots or to have an actors access subscription or to get coaching or to pay their bills, like, and then they have to go back and move in with their mom in Cincinnati, or you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get a gold medal or a guest star booking because you didn't have any money, like, and you weren't happy.
Right.
That doesn't equal success. And I think a lot of people are still caught up in that. And so when you do have a year where things maybe aren't as busy as they were before, everybody's world crumbles. And I don't think that's very healthy. And so for me, I know that I was just like, it was a realization that like, yeah, I know that it's slower, but it doesn't bother me. I'm not like mad about it because I'm doing other stuff too.
If you're an actor wanting to improve your auditions, I have great news because our Improve Your Audition Bootcamp is coming up. This is one of my favorite challenges that we do, or boot camps that we put together of the entire year, because it focuses on what our job is as actors, which is improve your audition. So if you're wanting specific strategies to make your audition stand out, to know what to do to kind of have those self-tape hacks to make self-taping more fun, easier, and make your auditions more engaging, then you're going to want to show up to this boot camp. It's an incredible deal because it's 2 weeks long, only $37. And don't let me forget to tell you that we also bring in some of the top casting directors of the Southeast to help teach this and go over it. So we're going to be working on different things every single class, and then actors will be selected at random to do either a live Zoom or self-tape. Everyone will get the homework so we all can implement these different strategies and tactics, so you are learning and growing in this boot camp to actually improve your audition. And then who knows, maybe you even get selected to help us run that class with that big casting director. So I hope to see you there. Again, it's only $37, but by the way, if you look in the description, there might be a promo code there. So use that promo code now, grab your spot, and I can't wait to see you at our Improve Your Audition Bootcamp. Yeah, I was feeling like within like a lot of the actors, you know, that come through the studio with us, I was like having to figure out ways to like explain that type of mindset and getting to that place. Like if you think about the rest of your career, is there going to be another time that it's probably going to be slow or slower than you'd like it to be? 100%. The answer is yes, right? Like it doesn't matter, strike, no strike, AI, no AI, like whatever. Like there's going to be a time that it's slow again. Is your life set up in a way that you actually welcome those times? You know, that you're like, oh, thank goodness it's slow. I finally have time to do X, Y, Z, or I have time to catch up on this. And so, but it's setting your life up so you have those other things that you can be enjoying that fulfill you, like you're talking about.
Yeah, for sure.
You, since the last time, you also started your own YouTube channel. I am not a doctor.
I did.
Why did you start this channel, and like how's it going?
Yeah, I really, well, in the Malinowski house, we're really on the bandwagon of creating your own content, if you haven't noticed.
We are, yep.
Yeah, I went on a health journey. I think I talked about it a little bit in the first episode we did. But, and so for me, health and wellness became just like a really huge part of my life, but not like your typical culture health and wellness, almost like a counterculture like an anti health journey, kind of like breaking down typical health norms. And for me, that really helped me and that healed me. And so I just realized that so many people, I would have so many conversations and so many people around me just like wouldn't know things that seemed really obvious to me, or were just continuing to use phrasing that was, again, like old programming, like, oh, well, I can't eat red meat because it's bad for you. Or, like, I really, I'm like trying to eat more vegetables, but I really don't like them. And, everybody that was close to me was on some kind of medication, was dealing with some kind of anxiety or depression or gut issues. I mean, strangers that I would meet would tell me about health issues they were going, like, everybody is sick. And I know that in my journey, I sought out information that was counterculture and it really helped me. And so I wanted to be able to provide that for people, because sometimes things that are really obvious to me are not obvious to other people. And I wanted to be able to create content that could maybe help somebody who was going through something similar. So that was sort of the catalyst to want to start the channel.
What's been keeping it going for you? Because, I know, and now, we're doing year 2 of the podcast. It's definitely not easy all the time, and so many people know, you start things, it's easy to give up. It's easy to not keep going. And so you're like almost 6 months in, I think. So yeah. I know that I know on doing it myself that you've gone through multiple times of you being like, I don't want to do this today. So,
for sure.
So how, but I mean, you're one of the most committed people I know. You're like on another level, but so how do you keep doing it?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I don't like to not do something that I say I'm going to do. And so for me, I said, I'm going to do 53 videos because I'm going to do them, because I thought there were 53 weeks in a year, which I Googled and it said sometimes there's 53. Anyways.
You know what? Maybe it is a leap year and it is 53.
I don't know.
But yeah, I think this happened this morning, right?
Numbers aren't like my thing. I'm vibes, right? I'm not numbers. So
her vibes were 53.
Anyways, I was like, I'm essentially going to do it for a year is what I said. And so I really don't like to start something and not see it through. So there's that. But also, I mean, I just continue to hear about people being sick and like, this sounds dramatic, but like poisoning themselves, I'll hear about people saying, I just like don't feel really good. But then in the next sentence, they'll say, yeah, I've just, I take this mushroom powder every single day and I put it in my smoothie that has, they're not thinking it, but I'm like, that smoothie has like 60 grams of sugar in it. And like you eat granola bars at 2:00 in the afternoon because you're so hungry and grumpy. And it's just like, I constantly see that around me all the time, or I see people that are just like unhappy and tired and, or have skin issues and they don't know why. And so, it isn't easy because I'm sure, you've experienced like you have one video and it's really easy to continue doing videos when you have a lot of comments and like there's a lot of engagement and you're like, yeah, I'm doing it. But you may have one video that you feel really good about and you're like, this message is so important. And then like 5 people watch it. And you're like, ugh, that took me a week of research, 4 hours to edit, an hour to shoot, and nobody watched it. Like, why should I keep doing it? But I think that you just have to believe that somewhere out there in the universe, somebody is going to see it. And if you continue to put your energy towards it, then the right person is going to see it. And I've had enough comments that it has made me feel empowered to continue to do it. It's not, every week is not a home run week. Every week is not like, this is great every week, but yeah, I think that you have to just keep being consistent for the people out there who might see it that might need it.
The last week's episode, in the recap episode that I did, I talked about how if there was 100 people in a room, though, like I'd be like, that's incredible. You know what I mean? And so I think it's a similar thing. I mean, I understand. I mean, one of your videos has like 12,000 views or something like that, doesn't it? And it's like,
yeah, one of them.
Yeah, gosh, you hear this? Yeah, but I was like, none of the Get Seen videos have 12,000 views. We don't even have 2,000, I don't think.
That's because you're not talking about steak. If you were talking about steak, there would be a lot more views.
All right, maybe one of our next episodes, I'm going to ask the guest, what steak do they prefer? And we'll see what it does.
Well, you got to put it in the thumbnail.
Oh, in the thumbnail.
So people know what to expect.
The whole episode can't be about steak.
Well, you're missing out.
I know.
On 12,000 views.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the point is, if you had 12,000 people in a room, that's incredible. But even if you only had 100 people in a room, that's still incredible. And I think if you really are doing it from a place of like, I want to help people, out of 100 people, if there's one person that is really impacted, that's incredible. That's awesome. I think what is it, right? Like you just have to like trust that it's working.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You could say it's like you have to have faith in it, but I mean, the consistency is key. I mean, anyone who's been successful and has a successful channel, it's because they've been doing it for a year longer. It's
At
not
least,
like,
yeah.
I mean, they didn't just start out, you just start out talking to no one and you just have to, but you just have to stay consistent. And you just have to think like, I know that someone, because probably this video, for me at least, like someone somewhere said something and this video inspired me, whether someone was like, I can't sleep, or I sleep too much, or I have stomach issues, or, should I buy this protein powder? Like the conversation was started. So I at least know there's one person who needs to hear this. Now, are they going to watch it? I don't know. But if one person needs to hear it, then I know someone else might need to hear it.
Yeah.
So you do just have to have faith that YouTube the algorithm is going to find them.
Right. I mean, I think you are right when it comes to, staying consistent. And I think also like where that why came from. I mean, yeah, when you were dealing with those health issues, I couldn't believe how many people we would talk to. And you're like, oh, I'm having gut issues. And like everybody would be like, oh yeah, me too. Like it was just like the normal thing. And I was like, what is happening? Why is everyone okay with feeling bad?
Because it's very much like just a part of our culture. I mean, we live in a society that's like set up to, not help you succeed, not help you be healthy. We're set up in a society to sell you supplements and sell you prescriptions. And, people don't really know like what wellness looks like because everyone is sick and everyone is unhealthy. So if everyone around you is unhealthy and everyone around you is sick and everyone around you is on medication, then you don't have an idea that it could be any different.
Yeah. Do you said in the Malinowski household, creating content is a thing. I have felt like we really need to take ownership of that. And I don't exactly know what that looks like in the future. I just know that with AI, we have more tools. We have like more things that we can do ourselves because of those tools to make us more creative. And there's so many streaming services. It's just like, I've felt like we need to just like go to that. Do you feel like that makes you a better artist doing this? Or, because it's interesting. I guess the question is like, I feel like sometimes you can maybe be so excited about like your own thing that you're less excited about maybe a smaller audition. Because you're like, well, I'm doing this thing and this feels like it means something, right? And this like one-line audition, I don't know if it feels like it means anything. Do you think overall it makes you a better artist or distracts you from like the normal actor goals? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I think that's a good question, but I think I think it depends. I mean, I think I can only speak for myself, but I mean, I think there's some times where I'm really interested in shooting my own content and, doing my YouTube stuff. And I think there's, sometimes where I get that one line audition, and even though it's one line, I'm like, yes, I'm totally going to crush it. Like, but it ebbs and flows. And I think that we also kind of need to normalize, like, it's okay for you to have different feelings about things at different times. Like if I just happen to be super busy during a week, it doesn't matter if I have YouTube content to shoot or if I have an audition to shoot, like that thing might kind of stress me out, So I think it really depends, but I think that it is good for you to make your own content, because I think that, I mean, you get used to seeing yourself on camera, which if you're not used to seeing yourself, that's really important. You get used to hearing yourself, which, especially if you have to edit your own stuff, you'll be like, oh, please stop talking. But, I think that if you really want to be an artist and you really want to be creative, you may not feel fulfilled all the time doing every audition you get. And this is a way for you to create something that resonates with you, because you can't say, well, this doesn't resonate with me, because you're creating it. Yeah. So it's everything that you want it to be. It's all of you. You know what I mean? And then if you are creating your own content, hopefully you can look at that and compare that with your auditions and say, was I authentic in this audition? Does it look like the content I'm creating? Because if not, then maybe I need to try to marry those two things somehow. Like bring more of myself over to these auditions.
Yeah. No, I think that's good. I like that. Well, with year 2, with Get Scene Unscripted, everyone, I'm bringing in some new segments that I'm going to drop on the guests at a surprise. They're not going to know when they're coming. And I thought I'd have Candi do all of them. And so the new segment... Is one of them
rock, paper, scissors?
No, but we could do rock, paper, scissors. You ready?
No,
I'm rock, paper, scissors, shoot. One and done.
Yeah,
ready?
No, it's rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
And then, but it's one and done. Are you ready?
No, I understand how to play rock, paper, scissors.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Scissors beats paper. I beat you.
Yeah, I know.
I know that makes you so mad that I just won.
Well, you cheat at rock, paper, scissors. Everybody knows that.
How do you cheat in rock, paper, scissors?
You tell me.
Well, if I did know, I certainly wouldn't tell you. I'll just be honest about that. All right, here's the first segment, actor dilemma.
Oh boy.
Now,
I feel like you need like a little like da 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 da, like a, okay. I don't know. I tried to do the Price is Right, but it didn't really.
Well, I'll say actor dilemma and you do the song. Okay. Here we go. Mm-hmm. And the first one is actor dilemma. Da 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 da
da da. But that doesn't really sound like a dilemma. Dun 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 dun. Dun,
there you go.
Dun,
That's good.
Okay.
Now what's funny is, so I when I sent you this, I didn't actually give you the dilemma.
What?
This is the dilemma.
I thought I had to make it up.
Oh, no. I give you the dilemma on the spot. The dilemma is you can be a series regular.
Okay.
Or I can be a series regular.
Okay.
But only one of us can be a series regular.
Okay.
Who do you choose?
I just feel like there's a lot of follow-up questions.
All right.
Like, if you're the series regular, do we also get like a house assistant?
If I'm the series regular, do we get a house assistant?
Yeah, or then do I just have to do like everything? Because if that's the case, then I'm the series regular.
Oh. But if I'm the series regular and you don't have to do anything, then I'm the series regular?
Okay, first of all, it's not I don't have to do anything. It's do I have to do everything? So like if you're the series regular, then do I have to do all of the house stuff, all of the shopping, all of the Get Seen stuff, all of the scheduling, all of the dog stuff, all of my 18 jobs? Like, do I have to do everything? Or because you're making all this money as a series regular, Do we also get like a person?
Sure. I think we would get a person. Yeah, we could afford a person.
I think you deserve it more, so I think you can be the series regular.
What? Why? No, I want you.
No, I think you should get it.
I want you to get it.
Because you're a butterfly and butterflies need to fly.
Well, that's so nice. But I want you to get it.
But you'd never see me. Because I'd be so crazy about...
Gosh, you would.
I would be like in a hotel room with a stranger being like, just run these lines with me.
You know, yeah, I was just about to say this. I was going to say, if the actor development was on me, she wants to know if we have a house assistant. I'd be like, you have to hire someone to run lines with you. I'm not doing it. No, 24/7. Don't worry.
I wouldn't hire. You wouldn't be my first choice. I love you.
The hell?
No, I love you, but like as a partner, I think it's like, you know, sometimes it's hard to give 110%. Because here's the thing. I would have to run lines no matter what. So like, let's say, I mean, we would never, but like, let's say we're just like kind of not feeling each other that day. Right?
Impossible.
Right. I know.
Look at her. I'm always feeling her.
Right. But like, let's just say I would still have to be like, hey, I know we're in kind of like a fight, but you literally have to sit down for the next 4 hours and run lines with me. Right. So
I
like,
don't wanna.
Yeah. So nobody's happy about that. So
all right.
I would have to get a lines person.
You would.
So you can be the series regular.
Oh my gosh. That's so nice. All right. Well, I want you to get it. All right. The next one is get ready for the music.
Oh gosh.
You ready?
Okay.
A booking brag.
Da 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 da.
All right.
So musical improv was not a skill that I have on my resume.
I'd love to hear about, I feel like normally actors don't want to brag about their bookings. And so I want to give them a platform that, I mean, booking is hard, but we want to say that it's easy, but they don't come as often as we want, right? So because of this, I want you to brag about one of your bookings. Which one would it be and why? Brag about it.
I mean, it hasn't come out yet, but I mean, and it was very small, but I was really proud of the open wounds booking.
I knew you were going to choose that one.
Because that was the one that I like got the sides, which was nothing. I mean, it was
a weird audition.
It was very weird. And I was like, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm booking this. No one else is booking this.
It was crazy.
No one else and it was one of those that like, I mean, I love my friends, but like every one of my friends, we were like talking about it at a Halloween party because like everyone else had gotten it. And I was like, are you guys going to do this? Because I think I'm going to do this. And I also was just like, I don't care that I'm not supposed to do these things in the tape. I'm going to do it. It's going to be weird. I'm just going to go for it. Like nothing was right? Like I had a black backdrop. I used props. I was super weird in the tape. And I just kind of did whatever I wanted to do. But I just felt...
This audition was so weird, Candi stained the carpet.
I didn't stain the carpet.
What does that mean?
I didn't stain the carpet. You brought up the carpet cleaner and...
All right.
You got it all up.
All right. Candi was so also, weird in this audition, I had to clean the carpet.
Okay. Just so you know, it's like sounding sexual.
No, what?
Which it's not.
It's not.
I just want to be clear. It feels a little weird.
We've said it was weird. Everyone's like, please show us this audition.
No. Well, I was going to say, this isn't going to help. I was going to say, no, it was just strawberry syrup, which also like doesn't help. It was for a horror film. So there was supposed to be blood, but instead of blood, I was like, oh, I know what looks like blood. It's like Nesquik strawberry syrup. Anyways, it dripped on the carpet. We cleaned it up.
I cleaned it up.
Yeah, because I was covered in it. So I just had to like stand there.
She was
So
just standing on a towel.
yeah. So that one felt really good, but then also it felt good because prior to going on set, I got vocal coaching because the scene said scream, and I had never had to scream. Like anytime I'd had to do anything where I was yelling in an audition, my voice was gone, right? So I didn't know what kind of scream it was. I didn't know how long it was going to be. And so I got coaching with Kara Reed. And
Shout out to Kara.
yeah, Kara's great. And I was essentially like, I need to learn to scream, but like I don't want it to hurt my voice. And I'm so glad that I did, because when I got on set, the director's note was, I want you to scream as loud and as long as you can, which I don't know if you've ever tried to do that, but like imagine like your adrenaline is going at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And then also before that, I had done this like weird dance thing. So I like already can't breathe. And then I have to somehow scream as loud and as long as I possibly can. And so if I hadn't had that training, I would have fainted. First of all, I never would have been able to do it. So while it wasn't like a big booking in the sense of like I was a guest star, I had a lot of lines, it was the one that I felt most authentic in because everything was mine from start to finish.
That's awesome.
And I was very prepared for it.
Well, with that happening, you're going to be able to do it again and again.
Yep.
I love it. Hey, are you a parent of a young actor? Then you're going to want to pay attention to this, because Get Scene Studios has what we call our Rising Star program. This program is incredible. It is a monthly program that puts you in front of an industry pro every single month and focuses on what a young actor needs to be focusing on, which is auditions. So every single month we focus on either theatrical auditions or commercial auditions so they can be set up for success when they get an agent, or if they already have an agent, to really succeed at these auditions and even begin to make money at this. So we bring in different industry pros every single month, and agents and casting directors, and then work on those auditions. So if this sounds like something that you would like to get your child or a friend that has a child involved in, all you need to do is email risingstar@getscenestudios.com, and we will let you try your first month for just $1 a class. That's right, only $1 a class. All you got to do is email us, and we will get you all set up and ready to go to improve those auditions, and then also get in front of those industry pros, because we are Get Seen. Thanks for watching. All right, next segment is Side Hustle Spotlight. What is maybe like a past unique side hustle, or maybe even one that you're currently doing?
Well, I don't want to call them side hustles.
Oh.
I want to reframe that actually.
All right.
Because I feel like when you say side hustle, that evokes feelings of like, it's just this like tiny thing I do that I have to do because I'm trying to get somewhere else. And I feel like as a creative, I don't look at my other jobs as side hustles. Like I don't look at anything as a side hustle. If I'm going to put energy and put effort into it, then I'm going to do it well. And I am somebody that actually enjoys having multiple streams of income and doing different things. I think if I had to do the same thing day in, day out all the time, I probably wouldn't enjoy it very much. That being said, I guess the job that I don't do as often, simply because I don't market it anymore, is spray tanning. But people still find me somehow.
You still make some money doing that.
I still spray tan people if they call me.
Nice. All right. Well, wait. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be able to change it. Side hustle spotlight. What, I like the alliteration and stuff. What are we going to call it then? Wait, we also didn't do any music.
Oh no, I didn't do the music. Okay.
Come on. Side hustle spotlight.
Do 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 do.
All right.
Do 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 do.
All right, good.
Okay.
So you got a different name for it? Or are you just like, I don't want to call it Side Hustle Spotlight, but I'm going to keep calling it that?
I mean, I think people can resonate with that. I just don't personally resonate with it because I don't see the other jobs I'm doing as like stuff I'm doing that I have to like really hustle to get by. You know what I mean? It's like evoking this feeling of like, oh, well, this is my main thing. And then like I have this thing over here that like I'm really grinding at just so I can like get to a different place. And that's not how I view the other ways that I make money.
No, that makes sense. Well, for you, because you also like, I feel like you're like, when you do things, you are like all in. You know, so even though you don't do the spray tan business that often, like you are still dressed in your faux tanning shirt. You have all your stuff. You're doing all your prep.
It's still very professional.
Yeah, you're still doing a really good job.
Emails about, you know what I mean? It's not like it doesn't become an unprofessional activity just because it's not done often.
Right. Exactly. All right. Well, and the last new segment is turning rejection into success.
Dun dun da da dun 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 da da dun 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 dun.
Ooh, that felt like a triumph right there.
Well, that's what it was.
I know.
I did that for you.
Improv singing melodies should be on your resume.
It's really scary.
So good.
Yeah, I wish I hadn't started doing it. That was a lot of pressure.
Well, this came from my book, Turning Rejection into Success, that I wrote some years ago.
Number one bestseller on Amazon.
Tell everyone again.
Number one bestseller on Amazon.
At least for one day, everyone.
For at least one day.
But you know what?
In the niche of motivational acting books for actors who want to be actors.
Are you trying to down my bestseller?
No, it's funny.
It is.
I'm trying to be relatable.
Okay, well, tell me a time in your life where it felt like rejection, but now looking back, you're like, wow, that either set you up for some huge success or it turned into success or whatever it might be. What's your turning rejection as a success moment?
I feel like it's more of a turning rejection into consistency isn't the right word. I think it's more of like an overcoming rejection, but I still feel like it can fall into the same vein. So my first booking was a little traumatic.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It's not like a fun story to share, but it's an honest story. So
yeah,
I think it's important because.
No, I'm so surprised you're about to share this. This is very brave of you.
Yeah, no, it's not the hottest take.
But you're the hottest take right now, just so you know.
But I think that it's important because everybody like goes through different things in their career and anyways, so what happened was I was a really brand new actor and like I had just started like getting involved with Get Seen and I wasn't taping people and like, I mean, I was like really, really, really new. Like I really had no business probably having an agent, but because I was really persistent and because I was doing like running workshops at Get Seen, I just had the connections to get an agent. And so I booked this role, and this role was a dominatrix. And even like during the tape, I like didn't feel great because I'm just not very like
dominatrixy.
Yeah, not that I'm not that I'm not assertive, but it's just not my vibe. So even during the tape, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, but I was also so new. I mean, I'd probably been in classes for 6 months or something. Like I was just a little baby. And so I booked it and I was obviously, like, that first booking is crazy. You're so excited. And I got to set. And so I'm a dominatrix in this scene. And this was before they had intimacy coordinators. So I just show up on set and there's this guy. Also, I'd never been on set before. And there isn't like a fun little course that people do where it's like, this means this. This, like, I had never been on a set. So I didn't know what First Teams was. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what Video Village was. I didn't know who to talk to. I knew nothing. And so obviously you're showing up to set and you're like, I have to act like I know what I'm doing, even though I have no idea what I'm doing. And there was no intimacy coordinator. So I like walked on set and there's just this guy in his underwear. And he was a well-known actor. Like I knew who he was. And so he's just like chained up in his underwear. And the director comes over, hands me a whip and is like, okay, you know what to do, right? And that was it. So this was before we had any kind of intimacy training or anything. And I was like, yeah, of course. But I was like, no, I don't. Like, what, like, do I hit him? Do I not hit him? Is he okay? He looks uncomfortable. This feels weird. I don't know where the camera is. Because again, I hadn't been on set before. So I didn't really know, like, to say or to see, like, are we getting a wide shot? Or where is the camera? And am I in the frame? Or if I do this, am I in the frame? You know, I just didn't know anything. And so we did the scene and I left. And then I got an email a couple weeks later that was like, hey, they want to check your availability for 2 more episodes. I was like, this is crazy. How amazing. Shortly after that, my agent called me and said, hey, actually, the director isn't sure if you can do it. They want you to audition for it. And so
for the role that you already booked.
For the role that I already booked. And so what was one line then turned into like, they sent me like 3 or 4 pages of dialogue with a big like monologue in it. And, you know, I did my best. I sent a tape in. The casting director was like, they still don't feel good about it. Can you do it again? I did it again. And then my agent called me and she was like, yeah, they just don't think that you can do it. And I have to give them someone else. So she sent them someone else from my agency to do the role, to finish the episodes as my character. And, you know, when that happened, it could have really, I think, crushed me. Like, I could have been so embarrassed thinking this casting director is never going to call me in again. And, you know, these people hate me and I'm a bad actor and I don't know why I'm doing this. And I messed up my chance. Like, this was my big break. I messed it up. My agent hates me. Like, all of this stuff could have really bogged me down and made me quit. But instead, I kind of just brushed it off. And I was just, you know, obviously I had feelings about it. But at the end of the day, I was like, well, I'm just going to move on and there'll be other auditions and there'll be other roles. And looking back at it now, I mean, I wasn't ready for that. I 100% wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that large of an arc. I wasn't ready to have that guest star role. I wasn't ready to take on that. And so I completely understand that decision. If I was the director, I also wouldn't have wanted me to do 2 more episodes. Now knowing what I know, and now that they're intimacy coordinators, I think it could have been a lot cleaner. But I also just didn't have the confidence. You know, when you've never done something before, coming on set can be really scary. And so I totally understand. And I have booked since then, and that casting director calls me in all the time, and I'm not blacklisted, and that show only had 1 or 2 seasons, so it just doesn't matter in the scheme of my career.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I remember when that happened. I remember I felt so terrible, and I wished I could do something, but it was like, it's your journey. It's what was happening. It was what you were going through, and how do you think as an actor if you're ready or not ready? Because now when you look back, you're like, I wasn't ready. Like I was able to do the one line that I booked, but then when they wanted to bring me back for 2 or 3 more episodes, 4 or 5 pages of dialogue, I wasn't ready for that. Like, how does an actor know if they're ready or not? Because we're both kind of like, well, there's different paths for actors, and I think so many different studios and classes like hold actors back.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
And I'm like, we need to push them forward, and we're gonna figure it out. But in this story, it's like, ooh, wasn't quite figured out.
Yeah, but I don't think that's my job to, as an actor, I think that you have to trust the supporting people on the project. And I think that if you get booked for something, you're ready for that because they have booked you. But in my case, the casting director, my agent, and the director of this production all said, we don't think she's ready for this.
The next part of it,
The
right?
next part.
Yeah, because it wasn't slated as recurring.
Right.
It was one line. What was
Right.
I don't even remember what the line was.
Say it.
Say it.
Right.
Yeah. 2 words. Say
Right.
it. Yeah.
So, I think that as actors, we have to be confident that if we have the opportunity to do something, we have to go in thinking we can do it. But I think we also have to feel good knowing that if we don't get something, then maybe we weren't ready for it yet. So I don't think it's about knowing whether you are or aren't. It's about feeling confident that you can do it, and feeling confident that if you didn't get it or someone else was chosen over you, that it's not your time yet and there's something else you need to learn.
Damn, hell yeah. I love that. Well, that was good. I mean, we've talked about that story, and we've talked about maybe sharing it or not, but yeah, you got vulnerable on that one. That was tough back in the day.
Yeah, it was really hard. But I mean, again, I think that it's important that people, we just have this idea of people winning all the time. And I think that it's important that we share our things that disappoint us.
Yes.
As well, because seeing somebody else cope with that, hopefully can help. If this happened to somebody else or if somebody else got replaced, I wouldn't want them to feel like they should stop acting.
Or like, oh gosh, this has only happened to me.
Right, for sure.
Because I'm sure that's exactly what you thought. Like, I have to be the only one that this has happened to.
Yeah.
I'm the worst. Like,
everybody hates me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just simply not the case. And I'm sure there's so many other people that have different stories that are like, no offense, but now they hear your story and they're like, well, that didn't happen,
No,
and so like
yeah.
it'll make them feel better.
No,
like,
yeah.
There's times where it could be better and there's times that it could be worse.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you for that share. All right. Well, Candice, this brings us to our spotlight sign off, which when you first came on the show, I was still working out the spotlight sign off, everybody. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. If y'all go back to the spotlight sign off episode 1 to episode 53 today, they're gonna be a little bit more confident, and it's gonna be slightly different too. So 5 questions.
It's like brand new.
Yeah, it's just about brand new.
Okay.
But it's definitely changes based on where you were a year ago for sure. So although we'll see if question 1 you say the same thing. Do you remember what you said?
I don't remember what question 1 was.
All right, here we go. What's something you're incredibly grateful for today?
Oh, well, I just feel like I'm grateful for small things.
Good. What is it?
Our coffee machine.
Our coffee machine?
But I don't know if that's a problem or like, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, I think it's only a problem if you think it's a problem.
That sounds like something addicts say.
I think it's a blessing.
Okay.
This is what happened. We went on a cruise, and Candi definitely doesn't drink, and I pretty much don't drink anymore. So we got the non-alcoholic drink package and had probably 17 cappuccinos a day. Decaf, don't worry, we didn't get crazy. And so then when we got home, I was like, screw that drip coffee machine. We got to get a cappuccino maker. So anyway, we got a legit cappuccino maker. So you should be grateful for that thing. It was expensive.
We've 100% gotten our money's worth already.
Already? You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't doing this, but yeah, if you were going to like Rev or Starbucks.
Imagine you're going to
those lattes,
Starbucks 3 times a day getting ventis.
Yeah, that's pretty much. No, I don't have.
2 people.
No, I don't have more than 2 ventis a day. What?
I'm just like, I don't think that's saying much. Like, that's not.
Normally, I'm having a grande or a venti, and that's it. It's like how many times you push the button on the machine. Anyway,
Okay.
That's a good one. Last time you were grateful for me. Now it's the coffee machine.
Well,
Okay.
I said
All
you
right.
could be the series regular.
You did. You know what? That's
So,
true. All right.
I don't know why you're complaining.
I'm not. All right, here we go. No, I'm also grateful for the coffee machine. And you'll see people are going to talk about their drinks, their cappuccinos. I promise. That's coming. Well, you wait, everyone. You wait. All right. What is a book, TV show, or movie that changed the trajectory of your life?
Well, I just have to be honest.
Yep. Here it comes.
Do you know what I'm going to say?
I think maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm just saying that reading A Court of Thorns and Roses has expanded my digital library.
Like what?
Like Throne of Glass,
What else?
Fourth Wing.
Who else is reading these books?
Everyone.
Everyone. Yeah,
Everyone is reading these books.
It's crazy. You definitely were not. Wait a second. Were you reading Court of Thorns and Roses a year ago?
I think so. It's been a
Because I'm like,
cascade.
you've read like
4
70
million
books. Yeah, like, and I'm like, wait, did you not start reading this book? No, I don't know.
I don't know.
There's no
either.
way you could have read that many books in a year.
I've read a lot of books, but I duel them. You know, so some people are purist and they're like, "You're not reading the book if you only listen to the audio, right?" But so a lot of times I'll spend double the amount of money on the book, and
So
I'll
you
get
can go through it quick.
the audio version and I'll get the Kindle version.
So what is it about this book that has changed the trajectory of your life?
I mean, I read a lot more.
So it's just now you're like a more of a reader / listener.
I mean, I used to read a lot, but I just never like made time for it. But now I read a lot more.
Yeah. All right. I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to dive in a little bit further into that, but looks like she's
This is the, I mean,
she's putting up the wall, everybody. If you know Court of Thorns and Roses, you can imagine.
my friends have also been affected by my reading.
And if you know the book, you've also been affected. All right.
If you or someone you know has been affected by A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Yep. All right. Number 3. What is one thing that you cherish most about your daily routine? It's going to be the cappuccino maker.
No, I mean, I think I said this last time, but I think I can say it this time, but it's like slightly different. I think it was solitude last time.
I don't remember if that's what it was, actually.
Oh.
Solitude with your books.
I mean, my books are nice, but that I wouldn't say, but the books are not necessarily a part of my daily routine, but working out is a part of my daily routine.
Yep.
And now that we have the gym in the house, I can be alone
Oh, yeah, that's
in
true.
the gym, which is nice.
All right. Good. What's something you're working on trying to improve in your life right now?
I feel like I would like to kind of time block a little bit more. Like there's a lot of things that I want to do, but I'm just simply not great at doing everything 100% all the time. And it bothers me when I can't do things at 100%, or I'll get like really inspired in one area, but that can't ever come to fruition because I have to do things in another area. So I think, kind of over the next year, or over the next few months, I'd like to really try to hone in on the things that I want to spend the most time doing, and like really, because I think our schedule is so fluid, which is great, but it's also hard in that you will just schedule, but not you, but we will just schedule a bunch of things wherever. Like if there's a slot on the calendar, we'll put it in.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
But, I think it's, for me at least, I like to be, my brain like works in boxes. So, I want to have a real estate box, and I need to have a get seen box, and I need to have a YouTube box, and I need to, and it's hard if I have to switch gears. It's very difficult, and I don't feel like I'm as successful at it. And I feel like things just kind of get missed, and I don't like to miss things. So
Yeah,
I would
time
like to be
blocking, yeah.
better about more structured time for certain things.
I know it's tough because you think being an entrepreneur and like having your own schedule and having that freedom is like the best, and it is the best. But then at the same time, like I feel like I've been trying to figure out my schedule for years. I'm constantly trying to make a better schedule, like a structured schedule, like you're talking about. I feel like I'm constantly trying to do it.
Yeah, but you hate schedules. So
like
it's
schedules.
hard.
I don't know. But
But
you and I I think we're both kind of on this. Well, we're talking about putting our schedules together, marking off our weeks.
Yeah.
We're going to do it.
We're going to try.
Year 3, we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
All right. Last one, question 5, spotlight sign off to end strong. We talked about a bunch of random things. But if
we talked about very important things.
I said a bunch of random things.
Well, a bunch of random things makes it sound
well, what I mean is
like it wasn't interesting.
No, I know it was very interesting, everyone. No, what I mean is
they're all going to go read A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Oh, I was hoping they would all go sign up for a Get Seen class.
Oh, oopsies. Do that too. Sarah J. Maas will be there.
But what I mean is we've covered a bunch of stuff, so maybe we've already talked about it, or maybe it's something brand new that we need to bring up. But if you wanted all the listeners to definitely have a takeaway, what would that be? Other than read A Court of Thorns and Roses.
I think it's just not that serious. So I think that a lot of times we think that every single thing we do is so precious. Like everything from, the picture we put on Instagram, to the comment we make, to the audition we turn in, to what backdrop color we choose, to, looking at 500 different headshots, and you're stuck between two that look pretty much exactly the same, and then you're asking 15 different people which one you should choose, and you're really just like slightly turned, you know what I mean? Like I think we just kind of get obsessed with things, and I think that could just be us feeling like we don't have something valuable to like put our energy in, so we're going to make a big deal about other stuff. And I think that we just need to take a step back and realize, like, it doesn't mean don't try, but it does mean that, like, it's not that serious. Everything's fine. Like, you know, you're not going to be blacklisted if you turn down a tape, or, you know, if you miss this one email, it's not the end of the world. Or, you know, if you choose this headshot instead of this headshot, it's not going to, you know, make you a series regular or not. Like, I think we all just need to realize that, you know, our journey is our journey, and it's going to look the way it's going to look, and you can kind of be a little more easy with it.
I love that. Well, that is the episode, everyone. Candi VandiZandi, thanks so much for coming back. Episode 1 in 53.
Yeah.
You were great.
53, because there's 53 weeks in the year.
Oh, circle back. I love it. Everyone, subscribe if you haven't already. Comment. I think we did say this last time. Comment and let us know who is funnier.
Was it me last time?
No, I think it was a tie.
Oh, was it?
I think we both got votes, and people said, and then people said it was a tie.
That's because of the editing.
Because of the editing?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Don't blame Elaine.
No, not Elaine.
Yeah, Elaine's the best. You can't blame Elaine. You're maybe just not as funny as you think you are.
That's absolutely impossible.
Or maybe I'm funnier than you think I am.
I don't know about that.
Well, it was a pleasure to be with you here once again.
I don't know. Am I supposed to say something else? It seems weird.
I know that wasn't a good exit.
No, that was bad.
Well, give us an outro song.
Wait, are we going to cut that?
No, I don't think so.
No, you have to cut that.
All right. Well, to end strong, Candi's going to do an outro since she's adding it to her resume. Everyone, thanks for tuning in to Get Scene Unscripted.
Da 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 da. Pa pa.